Welcome to the Daily Business and Finance Show. In this episode, we delve into SoFi Technologies' plan to offer $750 million in convertible senior notes and Bitcoin's roller coaster ride, hitting a record high before dropping 10%. We'll discuss why, despite Apple's dismal sentiment, Dan Ives remains bullish. We'll also touch on Wall Street's recent stumble, with Nasdaq, S&P, and Dow experiencing their worst days since mid-February. Looking ahead, we explore J.P. Morgan's prediction for a historic surge in gas demand by 2025. In the tech sector, CrowdStrike soars post Q4 results and acquires Flow Security, while Google faces competition as AI search rival startup Perplexity seeks funding for a potential $1 billion valuation. Stay tuned after the short ad break to learn more about these intriguing developments. SoFi Technologies intends to provide $750 million in convertible senior notes due in the year 2029. These obligations, which are unsecured and unsubordinated, will accumulate interest twice a year and reach maturity on the 15th of March, 2029.
Bitcoin momentarily outdid its November 2021 peak, hitting a high of $69,100, spurred by enthusiasm around exchange-traded funds and the impending halving event. Nevertheless, it rapidly descended to $67,300. Despite this fluctuation, Bitcoin's market capitalization surpassed the entire U.S. high-yield bond market at $1.35 trillion before stabilizing at $1.31 trillion. Notably, Bitcoin mining stocks experienced a substantial decline in Tuesday morning's trading session.
The price of Bitcoin momentarily reached an all-time peak of $69,100, only to drop by 10% to $61,800. This was due to substantial sell orders close to the $70,000 mark. According to CoinDesk, over 800 Bitcoins, valued at roughly $20 million, were listed for sale at these rates on Binance. The fluctuation also impacts Bitcoin exchange-traded funds and managed futures funds.
Apple's shares are experiencing strain due to worries about its artificial intelligence abilities and sluggish iPhone sales in China, as stated by Wedbush Securities analyst Dan Ives. Despite these hurdles, Ives continues to hold a favorable view of Apple, pointing to possible enhancements in the upcoming quarters. He also highlighted the firm's robustness despite previous challenges like significant markdowns in China and a penalty of $2 billion from the European Union over App Store regulations.
United States stocks experienced their most significant decline since the middle of February, with Tesla and Apple shares leading the downturn. The Nasdaq Composite, known for its tech concentration, dropped by 1.65%. Concurrently, both the S&P 500 and Dow Jones saw a retreat. Bitcoin momentarily reached an unprecedented high before experiencing a 10% fall. On a brighter note, Target's remarkable quarterly performance made it the leading gainer on the S&P 500 index. Despite inflation persisting above desired levels, market participants are forecasting a rate reduction from the Federal Reserve.
J.P. Morgan forecasts a unique contraction in worldwide gasoline consumption by 2025, excluding recession times, as a result of rising electrification and efficiency improvements. The transition from early adopters to the mass majority in Europe and China is highlighted, whereas the U.S. market is still nascent. Electric vehicle shares are facing challenges due to inconsistent earnings reports.
CrowdStrike, a firm specializing in cybersecurity, saw a 15% increase in their share value after the fourth quarter results and guidance exceeded expectations. The company's adjusted earnings were reported at 95 cents per share on a revenue of $845.3 million, which surpassed analysts' forecasts. In addition to this, CrowdStrike has announced that they have acquired Flow Security, a cybersecurity startup. However, the terms of this acquisition have not been disclosed. Looking ahead to the next quarter, CrowdStrike anticipates generating revenue between $902.2 million and $905.8 million.
Perplexity, an AI startup with the goal of challenging Google's dominance in web search, is on the verge of reaching a valuation of $1 billion in its most recent round of funding. This doubles its value since the previous round. Perplexity utilizes artificial intelligence to deliver direct answers instead of website links. Despite past unsuccessful attempts by other companies to compete with Google, Perplexity is demonstrating promising growth, boasting an annual revenue of $10 million and a user base of 50 million people. The current funding round is spearheaded by Daniel Gross, a former partner at Y Combinator.
And that's a wrap on the Daily Business and Finance Show. Stay invested, stay informed. Until next time, keep making those smart money moves. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Goodbye for now, until we meet again tomorrow.
This content is sourced from the Seeking Alpha website, so support our podcast by becoming a Seeking Alpha Premium subscriber. See the show notes page for links to sign up. This episode is produced by Classic Studios. This podcast provides information only and should not be construed as financial or business advice. Check out our other podcasts in our network at classicstudios.com.